Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes is a turn-based role-playing game developed by Rabbit & Bear Studios and published by 505 Games. A spiritual successor to Konami's Suikoden, Eiyuden Chronicle takes players through the eyes of Noah and his efforts with his motley crew of heroes as he recruits and builds an army to take back a stolen kingdom. You'll fight, recruit unique individuals, build up your HQ, and do all sorts of side minigames on your quest, and it's a lot of fun to play. I'm not familiar with the Suikoden games at all, and honestly, I wasn't all too keen on this game's prequel, Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, which dragged on for way too long in my opinion. And while I do take issue with 100 Heroes' cutscene pacing, the rest of the game more than makes up for it. The developer's late Yoshitaka Murayama should know that he and his team have made a wonderful game. Recruit this review for a playthrough, or jump in via Game Pass this week instead. Our story of 100 Heroes begins with a very chipper and naive Noah, who joins in on an expedition to find an ancient artifact within a forest of mist. After its discovery, political shenanigans happen between ruling kingdoms of Alran, and before you know it, Noah and company are dragged through the fires of war. Things also escalate fairly quickly, just trust me on that. But even though things get down, our heroes are always ready to lift each other's spirits and fight for what they believe in. You can even make a few of those dialogue choices yourself, and sometimes watch the aftermath carry over. Though don't expect too much from that. Sometimes heroes will join Noah's cause without a hitch, but sometimes they'll ask favors of you, be it gathering items or helping them out with something. You'll learn quite a bit about the playable characters you meet over the course of the game, and how they impact and are impacted by the world of Alran. I don't think I felt skimped out on character stories during my playthrough of the game, and I think that's a great job well done, considering the number of wacky-looking weirdos you can make friends with. Fun characters are balanced by the serious and have great voice acting behind them. And the accompanying sprite work is icing on the cake, as units give exaggerated expressions that are fun to watch. But yes, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes' story is always at the forefront, with plenty of cutscenes that will stop players in their tracks over and over again. A fault that's more obvious during sequences where the game paces you through multiple battles. Sometimes they drag, and these cutscenes also can't be skipped, nor are there auto-read or log options. I'll admit, occasionally I would go on autopilot and miss out on a conversation beat that suddenly catches my attention. And with no way to read back, I'm left a little miffed. Thankfully, 100 Heroes' combat system is a lot of fun. Players set up a total of 6 heroes on the battlefield to fight off monsters, and soldiers and what have you, alternating between main attacks, special attacks, and magic attacks / buffs. Specials can be earned over the course of the battle and carry over to other battles. And these SP attacks can also be chained in hero combos, which are powerful attacks that particular units will have when placed in the same party. Battles can also be autoed, which lets the team do what they need to do to win. They'll fire off skills, use items to revive and heal, and so on and so forth. Plans of action can also be modified for you to build the perfect auto team. I ended up using this option a lot, not because its encounter rates were high or anything like that, but because at least on normal mode you can take out most groups of baddies single-handedly with a good team. Make sure everyone is properly leveled, add in the right rune lenses to amplify stats and skills, and you're as good as gold. Bosses require a more delicate touch as they quite literally have their own gimmicks, which make them a lot more engaging than your typical fight against monster cronies, and they're also pretty fun. Outside of that, there will be battles in war mode, which has you lead units to battle in a tactical grid-based combat zone and headquarter management, along with other mini-games like the one-on-one duels that you'll run into over the course of 100 Heroes. I felt that these really helped break up the pacing of the game, so that you're not just running around the overworld like a headless chicken, looking for heroes to recruit that could potentially be missed. Speaking of which, there's also fishing. It's pretty basic, but you'll need to do that in other forms of harvesting if you want to get your headquarters up and running fast. Storage does get to be an issue down the line, so watch how much stuff you pick up lest you need to start throwing stuff away needlessly. Now Alran is a big place, and you'll see that as you explore different lands and biomes and search for new troops. Eiyuden Chronicle's visuals and music complement Rabbit & Bear's new world really well. Its 2.5D visuals looking bright and colorful across all backdrops without smearing Vaseline over the screen. I have no issues playing this game on PC, nor on my Xbox Series X, but the latter did exhibit some wonky visuals and artifacting, as well as frame drops in some scenes. Not the end of the world, and the developer has said that they plan on releasing a day one patch to resolve many of these issues. With the Kickstarter long behind it, Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes was easily worth the backing fee, my copy coming in just last Friday. I was skeptical as stories with enormous casts don't always fare well in pacing, but great combat, excellent visuals, and an entertaining story about rising from the ruins of warmongering makes for a fantastic turn-based time. Thank you for watching our review on Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. If you like what we do, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and also hit the bell to receive notifications about our upcoming videos. Thank you.